Jinhsi is absolutely amazing, and she's very simple, right? Wrong. Today, I'm here to show you how to play her like a god, and I'll showcase everything you need to know about her, how Jinhsi's kit works, how to play her, what her best weapon, and more are. Let's get into it. Okay, I have a confession. This section was actually so tough to explain that I asked for help from iWinToLose because he definitely explained it way more concise than I did. The first thing we'll cover is her Resonance Liberation, aka Purge of Light. This is just a nuke and can be casted in mid-air. It does cost 150 energy to activate, which is quite costly, but the second thing you need to know about Jinhsi is something we didn't have a name for, so we called it the grounded state. This is her resting phase when you first start combat and when you haven't activated anything special. Her skill when casted on the ground is bad, don't worry about it, but from her basic attack combo, using the fourth attack allows you to activate a special second skill. This sends you to the floating state. Additionally, if you activate your intro skill on Jinhsi by swapping from another resonator, this also sends you into the sky. And once she's in the air, you gain additional presses of her skill that will label as skill 3 and skill 4. Now your skill 4 is the big nuke. However, if you want to gain access to your skill 4, you actually have to use the fourth attack in your basic attack combo. After doing so, your resonance skill will glow gold and you'll see this long animation. Now in order to make the big nuke hit harder, we have Jinhsi's Forte Circuit. If you want to gain stacks of her Forte Circuit, here's what you need to know. Getting maxed Forte Circuit is important because you want to increase the damage of Jinhsi's fourth skill by an insane amount. You gain 1 Forte for damage dealt of any element, and you gain 2 Forte for each coordinated attack of any element as well. These can be used together to gain 3 per hit so long as you don't overlap. It caps at 50, so keep this in mind. Gaining Forte normally has a cooldown of 3 seconds between hits, but if you use Jinhsi's outro first, she can actually gain Forte at a rate of once per second instead of 3. Final note before we get into her rotation, some echoes do contribute towards the stacking of her Forte, but not all, and this is really weird. To simplify and explain, if you use Jue or Mech Abomination, they will contribute towards your Forte generation, but now finally, you're probably expecting what a rotation looks like. This is what you can expect when playing Jinhsi. Now Jinhsi is a limited rate-up character released with her own weapon, and yes, the weapon she's being released with is absolutely fantastic. However, we kinda have a problem. Typically, the Autumn Trace Battle Pass Broadblade is what players use when they aren't pulling for signature weapons or if they don't have the Lustrous Razor. But look at the passive on this weapon. You can't really activate it on Jinhsi without messing up her rotation or how you play her. That being said, testing right now still shows that this is great value, especially compared to things like the Helios Cleaver. So it'll have to do for now unless you decide to pull for one of the 5 stars. Now to be clear, I highly recommend equipping or at least investing in a 4-star weapon if you want to make Jinhsi work. However, if you're really desperate, the Broadblade of Night is okay since you are going to be using her intro quite a bit. Jinhsi, like Jian, really only has one good set since she's a primary / hyper carry. She ideally wants the Spectra set, and with its passive, it pairs extremely well. The Lingering Tune Sonata set also works fine, but it's less effective, especially once we talk about the best echo to summon alongside Jinhsi. On both sets, having a crit rate or damage main is important, but for Spectro, Jue is actually your go-to for summons. On Lingering Tunes, the Mech Abomination is great, but honestly most will be on Spectro set anyways. For 3-cost echoes, you're not actually always going to be looking for a double Spectro element combo. If you have her weapon, and in certain situations, 1 Spectro and 1 attack percent might actually be better than double Spectro, but this is conditional, and most of the time you can just get away with double Spectro or running 1 Spectro and 1 attack percent. There's not actually that big of a difference. These are all just small optimizations. 1 cost, however, should definitely be double attack percent, since she is a DPS. When it comes to substats, having higher crit rate will be easier since she has stat bonuses that provide her with it, and her ideal weapons will also have crit rate on them as well. But nothing has changed. Maintain a ratio of about 1 to 2 for crit rate to damage, and be aware that roughly 38% energy regen is ideal if you want her combo to feel fluid. Short aside, a lot of players actually overlook energy regen, and let me explain. If you want her ultimate and her combos to flow properly, you're gonna have to hit more, unless if you have energy regen built into your kit. So unless if you want to mess up your rotation, or lose a hit under a specific damage increase, energy regen is important. Attack stat wise, north of 16 or 1700 is still the goal, though you'll likely focus more on the crit stats or energy first. But now let's move on to pairings. On the topic of pairings, Jinhsi has a few options. The ideal combo is Jinhsi, Verena, and Yinlin or Mortefi, since they all possess coordinated attacks. The damage increase from Verena alongside its lengthy duration and quick to cast combo is perfect for Jinhsi. Mortefi's damage by himself is fantastic, and the coordinated attack from his ultimate and damage from his resonance skill make him another perfect fit. All this, however, and we haven't even talked about Yinlin, who also possesses a coordinated attack while boasting insane damage as one of the game's highest damage dealers. Now the truth is that there honestly aren't too many alternatives to this combo. Yuanwu is okay since he does have a coordinated attack in his kit, but Mortefi and Yinlin both do an insane amount of damage while fulfilling her forte generation requirements. Baizhi can be an option in place of Verena since she has an attack increase as a support. However, since healing has been discovered to be not so useful after release, her slow concerto generation and slow kit in general does pose a bigger negative than her positives. Tao Qi is also someone that people have been trying to pair with Jinhsi, but her low damage and slow rotation also hinders her and makes her less helpful than some of the other characters in this list. Now to be clear, I am also taking into consideration the resonance skill increase. However, even when taking into consideration her resonance skill increase and all the potential positives that she has, she just takes way too long to get working. I really think that Tao Qi needs some love in the future. At the end of it all though, pair whoever you'd like with Jinhsi. This is just what we've found so far to be very good with Jinhsi. Jinhsi is complicated, guys, but honestly, she's absolutely worth it if you learn how to play her. Outside of needing a college level education to understand what her kit does, she's quite waifu and does do a lot of damage. Her weapon is great for many characters, and honestly, her exploration and movement is very fun. I highly recommend you all at least try her in the trial, and for those of you that are pulling and were just looking for a guide, good luck on your pulls. That's gonna be it for this video though, guys. I really appreciate everyone that was supporting and watched this video. If you learned something or if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know how your pulls went for Jinhsi, if you are confused about her or if you think that she's good. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good night. Whoa, haha, YouTube says that you would like this video. I also agree. This time I didn't have a camera. Let me know what you guys think if you made it this far. You can leave it in the comment section too. If it helped, if it didn't help, I don't know, but let me know. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.